this is my third time in Zurich, and it really feels great. I can say running in Tokyo, it was really great for me, and especially running as a mother there in Tokyo means a lot to me, and I really thank God I won there, and of course I dedicate my medal to my daughter Aline.
Of course, going into that big of a championship, I've been preparing for most of my life, so it was a big deal for me going into that race, but just really happy to be able to perform as well as I did, and of course getting a dream come true.
And in terms of the time, when you look at some of the athletes who you now run faster than, some of the greats of 1500 meter running, that must be something which makes you feel very proud.
Of course, but I've always been improving both in training and in races. So that's a big motivation for me to see that that the training I'm doing is working and that I still can improve. I've been able to run fast this far, but I want to keep on improving in the future and hopefully run even faster.
Yeah, I win two trophies here in Zurich, and I win three back to back, and I hope I will be winning the fourth one tomorrow.
I'm feeling good. I feel good. Yeah, I'm actually kind of on break and training. Yeah, that's why I choose more shorter distance than long distance, because I really need time to just enjoy my time and also a little bit training. Yeah, I'm okay. I think inshallah tomorrow will be fine.
And you and Faith have had some great races through the years. How much are you looking forward, both of you can answer this, to racing each other again for the Diamond League title?
I can say it will be a great battle tomorrow with me and Stefan. We're always friends, and we hope it will be a good race tomorrow for both of us. And we hope for the best athlete win tomorrow.
Yeah, Faith is really amazing athlete. She's so fast. Yeah, a little bit faster than me. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, we always race together. We really, we push to the limit, and yeah, I hope tomorrow Faith can push and just follow. Look, personality, I really like the city center idea, but I'm no fan of indoor. I'm not good at indoor, like carve. Actually, when I run, I run terrible. My form is not good. So I feel like I'm going to fall down. But I really like the idea. It's good, actually. It makes sport more popular, more famous. I wish, actually, we have like 3,000 meters also on the road. And that's amazing. I think they're really great idea.
I can say it's all how the race will go tomorrow, and we hope we will run a super race and finish in a good way. Like I hope we will start quicker and finish quick. So we hope for the best race tomorrow for the good.
I don't even have anything in my mind about world record, and yeah, and I don't know about Faith. Maybe if for it to go, we will run fast time. Other way, maybe we will run 4:10 or something. I have no idea. I just really enjoy here. I'm here to just enjoy the race. I have a really enjoy race since a long time.
Yeah, now after the Olympics, everything I'm doing is for the last time, and I'm really enjoying every race I have left. Lausanne 2 weeks ago was really special, really amazing, a lot of emotions, and I think tomorrow is going to be exactly the same. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Is it actually your last race? Would you have? Is it Bellinzona? Maybe one more?
Yeah, I have Bellinzona after that one. Yeah.
Okay. And how tough a decision was it for you to retire?
It was pretty easy. I always had in mind I wanted to stop after the Olympics. So in 2019, I took the decision to stop in 2021. So I think that was the best decision I ever made, because after the Corona situation, the COVID situation, I didn't have to add one more year in my career, so the decision was made for 2021. So yeah, it was like that, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think this season is really a bit the dream come true. but then even more because I would have never expected to run 52:03 and become a bronze medalist with it and a European record. So it's really been an amazing season, and doing almost all the Diamond Leagues has been really nice to do, and I'm excited for the last 2 races with Leah.
It must have been a complete whirlwind since Tokyo. I mean, you have become, I mean, it is one of the all-time great Olympic performances, as we discussed yesterday when we did the event, likened to, you know, Michael Johnson and his 1932 Bolt in Beijing. Has it been hard to come to terms with that and the reaction that you've received?
I would say it has, because I've been so focused on the Olympics and everything that I was going to do there, and when when you achieve all those things that you've been dreaming about, of course you get happy, but somehow you get empty as well, because everything that you've been motivated for and working towards, it's over, and it went the way you wanted it to be. So yeah, it's another world, and I have to get used to that as well, and to just keep on pushing. So that's why I'm back, trying to run again after the Diamond League, and also in the future trying some different events, because I always love to have a new challenge.
Different events being the 400 meter.
You reach all your goals, and you need to reboot the system again, but for training, I love the training, and that is probably the main thing that I love with what I do, is to go to training every day, and I was back training again very, very quickly after Tokyo, not only because there was a lot of races coming, but also because I like to train. But competition-wise, it's very hard to go after a record at 45.94, because that's not something you're going to do every day. So it's tougher going in there and motivate yourself, because the last 2 or 3 years when I've been racing to try and break the world record, and now I have it, and I have to find new terms, and yeah, it's going to be a process, but I'm always motivated for training, and that's probably a good start, I guess. I have been talking about it, yeah, and in the future I would love to try it, because I wonder. I did decathlon before the multi-events, and I always wonder what my potential would be in the different events. So 800 would probably be something, but for now I'm probably better off with 1 lap. I've never finished a 400 meter thinking I would go another lap. But in the future I hope I can try, because I think my speed reserves would probably be an advantage, but I would have to switch up my training a bit, because I have huge respect for the feeling. I've tried running some 600s, and even though running a 51 lap is quite easy for me, you hit the wall very quickly. It's like this, and you're full of lactic. So I need to get used to it, I think.
I think for me personally, it's easier to have the right pace with hurdles, because you know your stride, you know your rhythm, and with 400 flat, I have some more difficulty always with finding the pace for the first 200 meter. And it's just, you're running and you run to the lactic instead of 2 hurdles. So yeah, it's mentally really different. But that's why I like to do indoor some 400s, because you get to adapt and do after 150 come together. So yeah, that's why I like both a lot.
So there's a question to Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
According to Sponsor Insight, you are the most popular athlete in Norway at the moment. Tiril Eckhoff is second, and Jakob Ingebrigtsen third. What is your reaction to that?
What's the news?
Jakob thinks it's nice to be top 3. Would you have been happy with a 3rd place in that survey?
Yeah, I think it's those things they always change very quickly. So might as well be me on the 3rd place after a while. But yeah, of course it's. I think it's always an honor that people in your home country appreciate what you do, and of course I would be happy with the 3rd place as well. It's that's something to be very, very proud of, and what I'm most proud of is that we have 2 track athletes in the top three. I think that is also huge for our nation, because it's been probably cross-country skiers all over that table. So for me, I think it's something that me and Jacob can be really, really proud of.
Record sometime in the future. We know you do the 400 flat. Some of the decathletes, they want you back on that event. How much do you think about these things, and do you sometimes regret that you have even mentioned it?
Of course, I say a lot of stupid things. That's the problem with being a nervous talker. But that's probably why I love to do these sports, because I'm always curious. Sometimes I miss doing different events, because especially now after the Olympics, when you've done what you wanted in one event, it could be very fun to try something else. But now I'm so afraid of getting injuries and everything. So I'm just always trying to keep my inner child, and that inner child is very curious. So in the future, I want to try different events, but it's probably going to be a bit later on when I really need them. But I don't regret it, but it was probably stupid to say, I think. At the 400 meter race, it will always be faster in the beginning than in the end. So I think you can always push the speed in the end, but it takes a lot, and it's very difficult. But the race in Tokyo was somehow close to perfect for me, because I think all the things that could go right went right. I had all my great opponents there with me. It was warm. It was great conditions, fast track, the Olympics. A lot of things that was right at the same time, and I don't think you will get too many of those races in your career. Don't you think?
Okay, this is not working. Okay, it haven't sunk in as yet. I think because I knew I have a long season, I don't want to get too carried away, too excited, and the focus is still continuing the season for next year and the years to come. So pretty much after the season ends, I can say hurrah, hooray, and I watch back my videos and see what I've done. I can say, okay, yes, I did it. And being the fastest one alive, I think I still haven't known what I've done yet. So pretty much it's just the work process, and because I've put in all the work and I achieved pretty much that. So basically it's not something that I've never expect myself to do, but my expectation was not high, but I think I've surprised myself this entire season, everything that I've done so far. I think the ladies have been doing superbly well this year. I think basically everybody goes on the track to compete and to do their best. And I think everybody's not really watching each other, but we're seeing what they're doing. So, I mean, we're going to put on a show as well. I mean, every time I step on the line, my job is to just inspire others and to compete and to do my best. And I think every time I compete, the best always comes out of me. So pretty much every time I'm excited to go on the track and just to run and deliver every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really, really special year for me, and yeah, it just makes me smile, and I'm really blessed that I can compete in this year with so fast women around me and be inspired. It's great to have such fast women to look up to and have them as an example.
And to
yeah, it was really special for us. I think for everyone, for the spectators, for the people at home. I think nobody expected to have two Swiss in a 100-meter final. We didn't even have one, and to have two at the same time was really amazing. Was history we made.
Yes, this question is for Elaine. Which world record do you think is easier or harder to break, the 100 or the 200?
To be honest, I would say the 200 because I ran 21.53, not getting enough recovery from running 2 rounds the previous day. So I would say the 200 more than the 100 because the 100 you have to nail that start. And my start is not that perfect yet, so I would say the 200.
End of the season?
I was thinking about it, but because I've done so much this entire season, so I had really one double at the Olympic. I'm just giving some other people chances to highlight themselves. So I'm sharing this time.
I like it.
Things that I had said, not knowing that I would achieve them, were based on from what happened previous before my trials. I had an injury before my trials, and it was a little ups and downs for me, not knowing where I was, if I would make the Olympic team. So when I went to the trials, I came third in both 100 and 200. So I said to myself, okay, I'm like a month away from the Olympics. I'm a reigning double Olympic champion. What do I need to do to retain my title? So after my first session in Italy, I took my phone and I go in my notes and I just start writing down stuff that I want to achieve. Each day after practice, I rewrite those aims, not knowing that it's going to happen. And pretty much I was nervous for those rounds at the Olympics, and my first round I ran 10:82, which that was super fast for me in a first round. And my body was so different, I felt different. I was ready more than how I thought I would. And I just work with the flow, I just work with the energy and the vibe, and I got everything that I achieved for. Even though I didn't get a 10.5 at the Olympics, I got it after, but I'm excited at the same time.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good to be able to finally put together an executed race. You know, I felt like it was long overdue. Felt like I always was coming up short. Didn't have like a good like in Doha. I felt like I didn't have a good start, or I didn't have enough energy. So I feel like I finally had like a good enough like fitness, and just everything was coming together throughout the whole season. So I think just maybe like just the rest from 2020, just being able to rest a little bit and just relax and you know, reset my mind on my goals, and then that kind of really helped me to figure out what I wanted to do. Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like I'm still young. I have a lot more to learn in the sport. I mean, I got into the sport very late when I was 17 years old. So every year I feel like I'm improving. So I think a lot of it took a lot of more, like this year I had to like work a little bit harder. I had to, you know, work on certain things that I never really get a chance to work on. So like my technique and just fixing things to not be for injury prevention, right? Because I was going through a couple of injuries throughout the past year. So I think now I finally, like, I've gotten used to what my body feels like, what I need to do in training. So I think I have a good relationship with my coach of what we need to do to be able to be successful at this level. So yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling ready to go, and I feel like I have a chance to contend for the next couple of years at Champion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be running times like that right now.
I mean, one of the things about being an athlete is you always learn from your experiences, and having run as well as you have done off the back of that heartbreak, as you call it, must be something of which you're incredibly proud.
Definitely. I mean, I came back. I was angry with myself, and I kind of just let that feeling carry me, and it fueled everything. So yeah, you know, thinking about the future, I know that what happened in Tokyo, that ain't gonna happen again.
And thinking about the future, let's think about tomorrow. I mean, 110-meter hurdles has been pretty open this year. You know, there's a lot of guys running fast, nobody really dominating, perhaps that as I have done in previous year. I mean, in front of a home crowd, running the times you've been running the last couple of weeks, you must feel you're in with a real chance.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, you know, I come here to perform, and I really want to show the people what I'm capable of doing, show the big names, the big athletes that, yo, I'm here. You know, it's starting to be my time now, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, a proper big crowd.
Yes, at Prefontaine.
Oh, Prefontaine, okay. But nonetheless, to be back here in Europe, Weltklasse with a full house, must be something you're looking forward to.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's been a struggle year because I feel like I'm an athlete that strives off of the crowd. I run my best when, you know, there's a crowd and they're cheering, and so Tokyo was really actually tough for me to be able to see no fans in the stadium. So I had to kind of, like, you know, use other methods, you know, to try to psych myself up, to pump myself up to, like, you know, feel like I'm at a championship, because it didn't really feel like I was at a championship. It just felt like a regular meet. So definitely, like, it felt, if it's going to feel good tomorrow night to be able to do that. So yeah, even me at Prefontaine, I was so excited to run in front of a crowd. I ran like one of my best times ever, even though it was wind-aided. So definitely I'm looking forward to tomorrow night and trying to have a personal best.
So how did you manage to do that? Because I thought before the Olympic, the thought of going out into a relatively empty stadium for an Olympic final would just be like so odd, as I'm sure it was. So what did you do to make it feel like an Olympic final?
I have no idea. I mean, I struggled all season like trying to perform because there was no crowd. So, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to tell myself, like, this is the Olympics. This is the highest stage. Just, look at the scoreboard, look at the people in the press box. Just, try to listen to music. Just try anything. And I think like a lot of messages from like social media and from my family and friends just telling me like, this is a championship. This is the Olympics. Go out and make it feel like it. That kind of helped me out. But definitely, I think like a lot of us athletes, if we was fans, we probably could have ran a lot
Tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes down to my training. I feel like if training is going well and I'm able to, I usually kind of, it's like we train 6 days a week. So I try to like use half the week to work on, my 100 and then half the other week to work on my 200 meters. So it's definitely a mental preparation for me because like I know I'm physically capable to do it, but it's really hard mentally to go back and forth and try to get prepared for that. So, but I think like just my coach and my team just does a good job of preparing me and helping me just be ready for that moment because we knew going into the championship that we would have to run two 200s in one day, and that's something that we'd have to replicate. So we try to do that in practice all the time and be like, okay, we're gonna do like a lot more reps than usual because we don't want you to be tired when it comes to the championship. So definitely it's a mental grind. It's very tough. Some days I definitely want to quit and just do one event, but I think it just motivates me and makes me feel like I'm doing something special because I'm one of the few to only do that. I've never ran here before. It's actually my first time here, so the track is really nice. I did a couple sprint sessions yesterday at the track, so I mean I think it's possible. I saw them run at Prefontaine. And Prefontaine was a very fast track, and they ran exceptionally well. So I think with the right conditions, the right weather, with the crowd, I think everything is just gonna amplify that, and I think it's definitely possible for Elaine to do that.
Buenas tardes. Estoy muy feliz de estar aquí en Zurich, primeramente. Y bueno, pienso que ha sido increíble el poder estar en los Juegos Olímpicos, en poder saltar, en poder disfrutar, en poder tener esa adrenalina, esa sensación de poder volar y poder conquistar un récord del mundo, conquistar un oro olímpico y que los dos se unan y poder crear una fiesta en el mundo gracias a mi salto. Pero pienso que aún puedo dar más. Ha sido un salto con algunas mejorías en algunas etapas del salto continuado, pero sé que puedo estirarme a mucho más de lo que ha sido este récord del mundo.
So first of all, it's great to be here. It's been a great time, just not only for the world record, but also winning the gold medal in Tokyo was a great achievement. It was a big party since actually, and she really she thinks it was a great jump in terms of just flying through that jump, but also that she thinks that an even further jump is still possible. So there's still something left.
Thank you for having me here. It's like I feel Mr. Nobody being between two world records. By the way, about the sharing of the gold medal, it was just magical. I mean, share a gold medal with a big friend of you. We passed the last 10th season together. We passed through the same injury. We were together when I had the injury. He helped me to get out from my injury. I helped him during his, and I've been in his wedding. I mean, it's not just two opponents. It's been two friends who can share the best moment of their life together, and I think it's like magical to have done it.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like that a little bit, where it almost seems like you can only go there and lose because, leading up to the Olympics, I felt like people were deeming me such a favorite that you know, if you don't win, it's such a huge disappointment. But you know, for me, it was quite tough, especially the weeks building up to the Olympics when it started to become a little more real. When we kind of had that pre-camp in Japan, started to kind of settle in the significance of what I was about to get myself into. And so I think that's when the nerves were at the highest were probably those few weeks before. But I think that when I started to kind of find myself and be a little more comfortable was when in the qualifying round when I stepped on the track for the first time and kind of just saw the guys, and I realized it was, you know, it is the Olympics, it is the biggest, it's the pinnacle of track and field, and it's the biggest event and biggest stage that I'll maybe ever be on. But you know, it's the same exact event, it's the same guys that I've been competing against the past years. And so, you know, really I just tried to think to myself, you know, it is a big moment, but I just got to do the same thing that I've been doing. And you know, that's kind of what I think that's the most important thing for me right now, is trying not to get too far ahead of myself in terms of, you know, because, you know, no matter whether it's me or anybody else, you're not really competing against the guy next to you as much as you're competing against yourself, because, you know, no matter whatever Sam does, Renaud does, I still have to go out there and make 590. I still have to make 6 meters. Nobody, just because I'm going in as a favorite or I've had good competitions in the past, they don't just give it to you. You don't just get a free 6 meter pass on any given day. I still have to go out there, and I still have to do it and perform.
Because when we came back in Italy, Italian team did like amazing in the Olympics. So we kind of been invited everywhere, every single thing that is going on in Italy, they call us. And I didn't want to just stop and go in vacation. I want to go on. I want to share with people what I felt that day. And I want to take my experience, what happened to me, like this kind of have an injury and fight, believe, go on until the end, and finally it happened. I want to share this story with everybody, so I don't want to stay home and everything. So now I'm a bit tired. The first two competitions were really difficult to find motivation inside me, because I do the steps inside the track and I start smiling. I say, wow, I'm just happy to be here. I mean, I'm happy that I won the Olympic medal.
Bueno, ahora me encuentro muy feliz, estoy muy contenta de estar por tercera vez en la final de la Diamond League. Las sensaciones son muy buenas, me siento en un estado de forma muy grande y espero poder dar lo mejor de mí, entregar todo lo que tengo, todo lo que me queda y poder dar un buen espectáculo, de verdad que sí.
So she's feeling very good. Tokyo has given her a lot of energy, winning the gold medal, and there's still a lot of left in her in this season. She hopes to not have given her best yet this season. So yeah, she's hoping for a good competition.
And you know, it's really important for me, especially because I feel like if you want to do things like the world record, the details become very, very, very critical. And I love to have that kind of that kind of second opinion from my father, and being able to kind of go over the numbers and what I think, you know, the right grip, the right standards, the right placement on my run and everything. Because, you know, sometimes in the heat of the moment, the heat of the competition, my brain can be a little bit clouded, and I'm kind of a little too hyped up on adrenaline to even, you know, think so clearly myself. So yeah, I didn't have my father in Lausanne, Paris, or Brussels. That's right. And you know, I'm learning to jump with it. Of course, I mean, you have to go on. I know what to do, but you know, if I want to do things like the world record, it's definitely a big help.
Next time, if you want, I can borrow my father.
Yes, please. Thank you. I would love that, actually.
100% for the win. I mean, going higher than 237 right now with 5 kilos more than the Olympics is gonna be hard. No, I'm joking. Of course, the shape that I had in the Olympic game is different from now, because if I had the same, for me, I mean, and the way we prepare for the competition, it means that something was wrong in the preparation. At the Olympic, I was in the very top of my last 5 years. The shape dropped a bit down, but not that much. I mean, in shorts of I show myself and to people that I still can jump high. I don't think that high, but still can jump high. And I never had this trophy, so I'm looking at it now, and it's gonna be nice if I can go back home with this in my